Howdy, folks. It's the Creepy Kentuckian here with a good old buddy. We got this working. Everything's working so far, so good, right? Rambo Raff for life, a.k.a. Rambo fan. I can't help but still call you Rambo fan. I don't know. It's just out of habit.
Feel free. That's more than good. I was on the message board back in the day. Been a fan of you guys for a long while and enjoyed every step of the way. And you guys were always nice to me. You guys were always good people. So thanks for having me on.
No problem. We appreciate you coming on and taking time to do this. I know that this is one of your, I don't know if it's your favorite Ernest movie, but I remember you've talked about it a few times and stuff like that. And I like all of I think they call them the Disney 4 that he did, which I didn't really even pay much attention. But yeah, I guess Touchstone was Disney.
Yeah.
Back in the day. But yeah, I guess the more mainstream ones. So all those are pretty good.
Yeah, I grew up with Ernest, and weirdly enough, Ernest Goes to Camp was the one I saw later in life. The ones I saw as a kid was Scared Stupid, this one, and Goes to Jail. And
okay.
The camp one I saw like years and years later.
What's up, boys?
We got Garrett on here. What's going on, dude?
What's up, brother?
So, for me, and then we'll get Garrett's take on Ernest. Like, I think the first one that I ever saw was the first one, Ernest Goes to Camp. I don't think I saw that in a theater, but I remember renting it or something like that. Like, that one came out in about 87. 87.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, because this one was 88. But I did see this one in a movie theater. I remember as a kid. I think it was right down the street here at the Strand Twin. And then I'm pretty sure I saw Ernest Goes to Jail. Scared Stupid, I don't think I remember seeing that in theater at all. But what about you, Garrett?
I saw. How's my audio and stuff coming out? I think I'm screwed up here.
It sounds okay to me. I mean, I'm just using a little earbud tonight on my phone, so
let me see.
Ask somebody else. It sounds fine to me, though.
Sounded good to me.
Sounds all right.
Mm-hmm.
Not echoing or anything like that. Okay. I saw Ernest Goes to Camp first. Ernest Saves Christmas I did see in the theater. I saw Ernest Goes to Jail in the theater. And I did not see Scared Stupid in the theater. I think I saw that on VHS, I believe, for the first time. When did Scared Stupid come out?
91.
Oh, wow.
Around Halloween 91.
Okay, so yeah, that was the last one that came out of theater, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because what happened was after Goes to Camp was a hit, they did Saves Christmas, and they said, okay, this is a bigger hit, so they gave him a 3-picture deal, which was Save Christmas, Goes to Jail, and Scared Stupid. But then Scared Stupid did not do as well at the box office. There were little kids who were even scared of the trolls and stuff. Like, they didn't want to go see it.
Right.
And then they dumped them, pretty much, the studio. So then Ernest Rides Again was the first straight-to-video. And then you had Ernest Goes to School, Africa, and the Army.
Well, the one that didn't get finished is the one that I've got the shirt of. It's the Ernest Party Massacre.
Well, the one I heard of that I wish I got done was Ernest with WWE.
Oh.
It was going to be Ernest with wrestlers. And
so
this was like might have been after Rides Again or something. It was going to be Ernest with the WWF at the time. And I forget what the story was, but...
That's so funny. That would have been so awesome, huh?
We got Phantasmat, first time watch. Matt's a little younger. I think he's about 10 years younger than me, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
So, yeah, this was probably a little bit ahead of your time. But yeah, I mean, they're all fun movies, I think. Even like as stupid as it is, I always love Slam Dunk Ernest too. Like that was when I went back and rewatched. I don't know how many times as a kid.
So Camp, this one, Jail, and Scared Stupid are like the big four, right? Is that like his big 4? Okay.
Yeah,
they should make a box set. Some of them got Blu-ray releases, right? But they're already like, I think, long out of print now.
Well, we were talking before.
The sad thing though is,
Saves Christmas is not on Blu-ray. It's on Disney Plus. So it means they'll never be on Blu-ray.
Right, basically, right? Because I think Disney is done with physical media. Is that what they're saying, more or less?
for old stuff, I think. Yeah, like catalog titles and stuff.
Rambo, what are you drinking? Some C4 over there, bro?
Got some mellow yellow.
I was gonna say C4 is my jam. A mellow yellow, all right, I love it.
Ironic enough, Ernest did commercials for mellow yellow.
Woo!
Get out.
Jeremy Dickerson, awesome. $49.99 super chat, man. I'll be able to get the next AEW pay-per-view now.
Wow.
Appreciate it, dude. Merry Christmas.
You're going to get what with it?
AEW.
Oh, my God. What a piss down the toilet with that $49.
Are you kidding? I'm drinking the Kool-Aid now. You see the 1 hour match with the Hangman?
No, I actually did start watching that last night at like really late. I couldn't sleep, so I put it on. No, it was good. I mean, they do a good job. It's just it's way more enjoyable than WWE is, but I think I'm just so like soured on wrestling right now that I'm just kind of like, I don't really care, you know.
I know the feeling. CM Punk shirt. Where's your CM Punk shirt, CJ? Going to AEW. Come on, you got CM Punk train.
John Cressup says John Chase still has all the old Ernest props in a warehouse in Tennessee. I think he did the YouTube tour of it once. I'll have to check that out because he did direct pretty much all of the Touchstone movies, right?
Yeah, because for those who don't know, Ernest started with regional commercials, and John Cherry was the ad agency working with it. That's also how you got the Bobby and Gaylor Sartain and the other guy, Bill Burge. They had their own commercials called Bobby and Me. And you can find them on YouTube. There's a series of commercials the two of them did. And so that's why, like in this one, you'll see the two of them in it because they were in the same commercial regime and the same company Ernest did his commercials. And John Cherry directed pretty much all the commercials. And the success of those commercials is what made Ernest Goes to Camp and then the future films.
Woo.
Christian Hanna's here. What's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
Kentucky Cunt Tater. I don't know. What is that? Like, I mean, that's how
they don't have those around here.
Kentucky
we don't have those.
Cunt Tater. What does that name mean, man? I really do want to know.
Good guy, though. I've seen him before. He's a good guy.
Oh, yeah. Ross Billy, Parik Kenna, Ernest Saves Christmas is a cult classic. Yeah. I mean, financially, it was the biggest success. And it really was, I mean, overall, it's probably the most well-made, actually, looking back at it. It felt, I don't know if it's more well-made or it just felt like more of a Hollywood movie, kind of. Right? Well, the other ones kind of were like.
I don't know if it's true. I heard that, I don't know if this is true, that Tom Eberhard, who worked on Night of the Comet, did a script writing of this. And if that's true, he said it wasn't an Ernest movie at first. It was supposed to be a different movie, but then they put Ernest's character in it. So if that's true, I could kind of see it because it does seem like another different movie with the Santa Claus thing, but then you have the Ernest character in it.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
That would make sense, actually, yeah.
When's the last time you guys have seen this? Did you guys already talk about that?
It's been a long, long time. Probably back on VHS because I never owned the DVD until just recently. I found it last 6 months or so at the Goodwill. So yeah, it's had to have been 15 years or longer.
I think for me about 5 years. Because I think I did like a marathon because I have the patch. There's another DVD pack that has like Ernest's Greatest Hits, which is all of his commercials wrapped into it, and the Hey Vern, It's Ernest TV show, which was like $5 in a store, so I picked that up. Pretty much his version of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, so it was probably 5 years.
So it's Latin for delayer or procrastinator. Cunt-tator. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it. Kentucky cunt-tator, boy.
I actually watched this, I'm going to say, maybe within the last year, I would say. And it was on one of those subscriptions I have. It was late at night, and I was like scrolling around just trying to put something on, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this in a long time, and I popped it in. This was always kind of a favorite of mine as a kid. And then it was forever that I've watched anything Ernest except Scared Stupid. And man, when I watched this again, I realized like he was kind of a genius in a way. I feel like I think he is very underrated, I think. Because I was watching this again and it was just so different for what you normally see. And I'm like, dude, this guy just like, he gets it. And I had a lot more respect for it, I think, now than as a kid. I just liked it because I found it silly, where now I kind of just, I find it really just well done, just different. And his comedic, the way he does his comedy is just very different, I feel like. And I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah, it feels more genuine, more sincere in a way.
Yes. And it's just like those scenes where it's his point of view, or no, it's Vern's point of view, are friggin' so good. Like, I appreciate those way more now than I did as a kid. I just felt like that was just so perfect.
Yeah, Jim Varney did the Toy Story movie. He did a couple. Did he do two of them before he passed away? I can't remember.
Did he? Who was he in that?
He was the Slinky Dog.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I thought he did 3. I'm not, maybe 3 he was in it, but they might have used his audio before he died. I can't remember.
I'm not sure. When it comes to those movies, I can't remember when they were made. I know late 90s. A couple of them were made in the late 90s, and he passed away in early 2000s, I think.
3 Ninjas, High Noon, and Mega Mountain. He was the main villain, along with Hulk Hogan. Jim Varney.
Woo! Oh, shit.
Oh.
How y'all?
Doing well, sir. How you doing?
Doing good, man. It's been a long time no see.
Life just goes by way too fast.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, it's been a while, and we used to do the Saturday Nightmare shows every week there. I mean, hit or miss, every other week, something like that back in the day. So, yeah, I mean, this is not a traditional Saturday Nightmares by any means, but this was one that one of the patrons requested, and I was like, hell, we would have never done this, but this is going to be killer because, I know we're all big fans of these. And for me, honestly, when I was a kid, everyone was talking Ernest and like from Kentucky, the guy that played Ernest. And I just assumed that they were just people around here knew who he was. I didn't think that it was, big deal. But like as years went on, I remember seeing him in the Beverly Hillbillies movie. And I was like, what in the hell? He's in a real movie? The character. So, and then to see that, Garrett up in the Northeast was big into Ernest as well. And then Rambo was out I guess you were in Texas growing up too, right? So,
Iowa. He was in Iowa. Saw on VHS tape. And like I said, I always enjoyed it. Ernest Saves Stupid, I would say, is my favorite. But this might be my second favorite there.
Which one is it that he sings to a fucking turtle? Because that's my favorite. Whichever one it is where he sings to a turtle.
To camp, I think.
Is that?
I think that was Camp, baby.
Yeah, I like just for some reason that right in the middle of that movie is just the funniest. Like now, I think back on it, like I thought that was awesome when I was a kid, but to think he had a whole music number where he sang to a turtle.
Camp. Yeah, you're right. That was Camp.
Bill Murray is in here, and he says there can be only one Bill.
You said, listen.
That's right, and that's fucking me. Get out of here.
So, but guys, for anybody out there that doesn't have a way to watch this, I've got a link in the video that goes to the Yidio page, and there's a bunch of different ways to check it out. Disney Plus put the HD version of this up a couple of weeks ago, and it's also on IMDB TV, which I don't know what the hell that is. It's totally for free if you want to check it out that way. But I'm watching the good old DVD. Balls.
I got Disney Plus right now on.
I'm going to go with what I always go with, which is YouTube. That's just how I am.
Oh, is it on YouTube too?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, both illegally and legally. So you can choose whatever you want to do.
YouTube is pretty reliable.
It is on
How
YouTube right now?
Your internet is. YouTube always works.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I actually think I might use my YouTube because I can plug my earbuds into it. Hold up. I don't need any more problems.
So how did Uncle Bill, how did you get into Ernest? Was it like CK just watch it back in the day?
Well, when I was a kid, man, like Ernest was huge around here. I don't know if he talked about this already, but you know, it started with those commercials, which those things were like the biggest things ever here. Like I can remember watching those as a kid, like over and over and over again. The Hey Vern stuff was huge. And then when the movie came out, when Ernest Goes to Camp came out, I probably watched that damn thing like 100 times. Like had it on a VHS tape with Police Academy and like something else. Like it was just a bunch of comedies like on one VHS tape that were all, recorded. And yeah, I watched that until it just basically about, fell apart. And then I think I saw this movie in the theater. Like I'm pretty sure I saw this movie in the theater. I vaguely remember being in like Paintsville or someplace like around where we live and like watching this and just thinking it was the greatest movie ever.
Well, I vaguely remember this too. I think I saw it in Strand down here. I saw Saves Christmas and Goes to Jail in theaters. And then I don't recall, Uncle Bill, I don't know if do you recall Scared Stupid being in theaters around here? I don't.
No, that's one that I don't remember being in theaters. I'm pretty sure that, when did that movie come out? Like
91.
91? We probably would have seen it, man. I mean, if it had been, because we were still like 11 years old. So
I would have thought so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of like, that's definitely become a big cult classic over the last few years. And it's kind of surprising the time that it come out that it didn't do any better than what it did.
Well, yeah, that was a time when parents were just complaining for complaints' sake. Like Batman Returns was around the same time in '92. They're like, "Oh, this is too dark. Oh, kids are too scared of the trolls and are scared stupid, so don't put." Which apparently a lot of kids were scared of the trolls and are scared stupid. So just parents complaining for whatever's sake.
I'll tell you something funny though. I can still remember about Batman Returns, like standing outside the theater in the Strand when they had the poster up outside, and being like amazed that, oh my God, they've got like 3, or was it 2 or 3 villains in the same movie, because like that was kind of unheard of up until that point. Like before then, you just had like one big main villain, and then they had the Catwoman and the Penguin, and I guess who was the other one? Was Bane in it or something? Like, was that
was part
3? Yeah.
Bane and Jim Carrey and.
Oh no, that was a Batman and Robin.
Oh no! Jim Carrey was with Two-Face and stuff. Bane was part 4.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Wallace or
Arnold.
Not Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee Wallace.
It was 2 in Batman Returns, but you did have Christopher Walken in it. As well.
Yeah, so it was just like, that was crazy. Like I was so excited to see that movie, and like I don't think I really appreciated it back then though. I kind of thought it.
It's funny you mentioned that. That was another one of those 4Ks that I found for $1 at the Goodwill. Was Batman Forever.
Oh really?
I'll probably never watch it, but
you know what was funny is I actually liked Batman Forever when I first saw it. The Arnold one I didn't like, even when I saw it in the theater. But I always thought Forever was decent. But I haven't watched it in for years and years.
You haven't watched it in forever.
Forever.
And he is Andrew Bernarski is in Batman Returns. He's the mayor's son.
Oh, that's right.
God damn, that movie's awful. I mean, he's awful in that movie, I should say.
Fuck that steroid.
Zangief in the Street Fighter movie too.
Oh yeah,
that's like his best role because it fits with his fucking 2 brain cells that died alone. Guys, He's a fucking freak moron. Anyway.
He's great though. He's on Cameo if you want to book him right now.
Oh, so I can watch like a.
You can check out his.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah, he gave out his cell phone number on a Cameo on one that we reviewed.
I hope
on there.
I pray he still has that same cell phone number and somebody fucking called him on it.
He was like, don't give this out, but if you have any more questions or anything,
don't give this out on the video that I'm recording.
Yeah. And putting it up on Cameo.
That guy.
So, but yeah, I'm ready. If you guys are, we'll do like a and like I said, Disney Plus, YouTube, IMDb TV, Hulu, I think. I can't remember, but the link is in the description if you want to watch along. But you can just, I mean, these kind of work. Just listen to us bullshit about them too. So
yeah, dude. Let me know.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
All right. In 3. In 3, 2, 1. I may have to turn my volume down a little bit. Let me know.
Yeah, I always forget to do that too.
Because you know the YouTube algorithm just
yeah,
they're paying it,
especially if it's Disney.
I wonder if they got closed caption on this. I can just turn it off. Yep, they do.
But yeah, touchstone pictures.
Yeah, mine's got closed caption. I think I've already got it turned on. Yeah.
This movie.
So these are Norman Rockwell paintings, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they paid a pretty decent amount to use these in a movie?
That's a good
Or was
question.
he not as well known at this point? Because I think they were doing the Coca-Cola stuff for time, maybe.
I think he was pretty well known even then, wasn't he?
Speaking of Coca-Cola.
I would have thought so.
No wonder you got so fat. Drink all that Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I can remember seeing this in a theater and just getting amped up from the music and the artwork. I was excited as a young kid. It came out in December.
This motherfucker asked about Billy Gallo again. I swear to God, why haven't we banned that asshole yet?
I don't know. I just like him for some reason.
He's
going to ask us about VHS tapes on his HDTV too.
I don't know who the hell Billy Gallo is.
Yeah, this artwork here is pretty cool.
But it is interesting that you took like a guy who just did commercials. I mean, just regional commercials like Mellow Yellow and like all these other stuff, and said, let's make him a movie star. Has that ever been done since that guy who did commercials would become a movie star like that?
God, that's a good question. That was just famous for commercials like that?
Yeah. I think that's mainly what he did.
Like he did short videos and stuff like that.
Yeah. Frig, man. I can't think of anybody like right off the top of my head where somebody was just, that's what they came from.
Ed Walker says that he was the main lead in Night of the Demons. I'm sure we could get on. I mean, I don't know, like if anybody.
The Geico cavemen. They did have a show.
Well, that was a nationwide commercial, though.
I remember that commercial now. Fuck. Well, that doesn't count. Geico caveman. How did you remember that? Must have been the only 3 people that saw it. But
how about the Turtle Man?
Yeah. Did he do commercials?
He was on KET. He was on KET and shit before he had a show. They should have made like a Turtle Man movie. That would have been killer.
I mentioned this before you got on, Uncle Bill. I don't know if this is true, but I heard that a rumor that Tom Eberhardt, the guy who directed Night of the Comet, did a script rewrite on this movie. And that at first it wasn't an Ernest film, that it was a regular film and they put Ernest in it. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's like a rumor out there.
That sounds right, though, because a lot of times that's exactly what they did. Like, they would have scripts just floating around that, and they still do that to this day, where they didn't, and they would then just, like, find a star or something and attach it to them, and, yeah, that would be what got the movie made.
Now, some of this stuff from IMDb, I mean, I don't know how accurate it is, but they said that this was John Cherry's favorite movie that he did of Ernest. That's the director.
I want to know, here's the question I've always had. Where did he get those other fucking guys, like the two guys that were always in all these movies?
They reminded me of like Hulk and Skull from like Power Rangers.
You mean like Gaylor Sartain and Bill Burge and Bobby? Like
yeah.
They actually did commercials, regional as well, for the same John Cherry company.
Okay.
Like they were all based in Tennessee, I guess, right?
Somewhere around there. I think they're called like Bobby and Me commercials. I know they're on YouTube.
Yeah, that was it.
They were together in these commercials, and I guess they're like, this guy from commercials, here's the other guy from commercials.
I was thinking, did I not see the one guy in UHF? Is he not the same guy that does like the gun commercial in UHF? Where he's like, guns don't kill people, I kill people. Like I don't know if anybody remembers that or not, but like, I think that's the same guy that plays like the little sidekick that doesn't talk in all these movies.
Oh. I know the other guy,
he was guy. Wasn't he in a Ray Stevens music video back in the day?
No, that's a blast from the past. I don't know.
I can't remember the name. He's been in a bunch of stuff. The guy that had, that didn't. I think he had teeth, but he looked like he didn't, right?
Exactly, yeah. And that was kind of his gimmick in UHF. Was like he could fold his mouth over like his chin, basically, because he didn't have any teeth.
My God, I'm going to look him up.
He looks like John Cena.
God.
See that people always post that Cena's starting to look like Ernest as he's aging?
That's kind of true. I didn't think about it, but yeah.
Maybe that's who John Cena was modeling his look after.
They should take Cena and create all new like Ernest movies or whatever.
Here's some more politically incorrect humor for now.
A guy that was he was portraying Ernest. Rambo, do you remember this guy?
How old do you think he was here?
People were giving him shit. Like, he did commercials and stuff as Ernest for...
Yeah, he did commercials as Ernest back in the day. He was the Ernest character with the same outfit, the same cap. He sold, like, milk. He sold all sorts of products.
Right, but he was, like, terrible. From what I can recall.
He's like Ernest, but terrible.
Another thing about
everybody's mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
You go ahead.
Now, I was going to say, do they really make Christmas movies in theaters nowadays? Or is that really a thing of the past? I know they do straight to streaming, but...
Yeah, like the last good Christmas movie that I saw was on Netflix. Like, I don't remember a fucking time when now the last, like, Christmas movie they put out in the theater.
Yeah, at least, like, when it's really, like, you have stuff that takes place around there, but, nothing that's a legit Christmas, at least in the title or anything like that, especially. What's funny is I did a video with my brother and his wife, and we did like a little gift exchange. And at the end, I was like, "Oh, happy holidays!" And my sister-in-law is like, "Merry Christmas!" And my brother goes, "Are you allowed to say that?" And she goes, "All right, fine, Happy Christmas." And he goes, "No, Christmas is the word." That's the word.
You can't, yeah. You can't say Christmas.
He's like, "No, that's the word I'm asking about, not Merry." He's like saying,
"This guy is the guy I'm talking about, like the guy that, yeah." Like, I think the only other movie...
Like, he's only credited... I'm looking him up on here. He's only been credited in those Ernest movies, and he was a gas attendant in Dr. Otto and the Riddle of the Gloom Beam.
That's crazy,
so
man. Like
some other guy that kind of...
But there's another dude that looks exactly like that.
That was a Jim Varney thing, too, the Dr. Otto. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the smaller guy. His name is Bill Burge.
So that was another...
the bigger guy's named Gaylord Sartain. I remember because he got killed by Steven Seagal in The Patriot.
Shit.
So yeah, the bigger guy got killed by Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal, I just came.
Well, I mean, he's big enough he could play Santa Claus now.
No, man, he's in shape. All that Aikido he does.
Against the Wreath, or above.
Against the Wreath, yeah.
You always notice in these Ernest movies, he always has a different job doing something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he can't keep his jaw down. He's always doing something different in each one of these movies.
You know what, though? Like, you got to give it to Ernest. Like, I feel like he does a real good job, like with this role right now. He's already making Christmas seem, like, super important, like, just by, like, the stuff he's saying, you know?
He's selling Christmas. That's his
he's definitely selling it, no doubt.
He's a good sailor.
He's like, when he's in, he's all in, you know?
Yeah.
He wanted to save the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Do you guys know of anywhere that actually sells live Christmas trees anymore?
You asked me that the other day, but not around here.
What did you say?
Who sells Christmas trees? Does anyone sell Christmas trees around where you live? Like, you could physically go...
where I live?
Yeah, because there's none around here.
Yeah, there's lots and stuff. Like, people just drive in and you buy them. You guys don't have any of that?
No.
Where would you buy them? Would you buy a fake one, or did you have to go cut it down somewhere?
We go up in the hills. That's the only way we can. I don't know what the fuck we do. Yeah.
No,
he's like a fucking beaver over here.
No, but there's places that do that here too, where you go and you cut it down. It's like a big I don't know what they call it. I don't do it, but you go out and walk around like this big forest, and you just chop one down that you want, and then you bring it back.
That'd be awesome.
Lots and stuff like you saw in like Christmas Story and all that stuff. They still have a lot of those.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that anywhere around here, really. Like, it's either like a fake tree, or I guess like...
That's the thing, like... That's the thing, like, I won't want to cut down my own damn tree. It's like those restaurants that you go to now where you have to fucking fix your own food. Like, what in the hell? Like, fry your own pancakes and shit. No.
These are one of those.
Go ahead and fry them for me.
Okay.
There's some product placement right there. Big.
Yeah, there ain't many movies that advertise big.
No.
Where's Wesley?
Oh.
Uh-oh, wait, did he drop off?
Yeah, my
he's out.
There we go. Yeah, he'll be back. Either his internet died or somebody just got kicked off.
Are you guys getting snow there yet?
No, man, we're not gonna get it. It's gonna be like 60 degrees here. No joke.
Oh wow. We had like a
for
little bit today, but nothing really.
For the next 5 days, this pissed me off so bad. Like on Christmas, it's gonna be 60 degrees, and like leading up to that, it's gonna be in the 50s and 60s, like with rain and shit.
Yeah, we haven't had hardly any cold days.
I can't stand stuff like that.
Well, really, over the last few years, like I don't remember when I was a kid, it ever was this warm in December.
That's because it wasn't. It would snow like 20 inches, but
yeah,
that hadn't happened in a long time.
We got like a huge snow last year on Christmas Eve, but that was like the first snow that we had in probably 10, well, maybe not, 5 or 6 years, maybe.
Yeah. fucking global warming that doesn't exist.
Now, is this girl here? Has she been in anything else? Because this was a movie I watched a lot as a kid. So to me now, like I feel like I just remember her so much just because I think I watched this so many times. But was she ever like known for anything else? This girl?
She looks like Salil Moon Fry.
She belongs on Saved by the Bell or something.
Yeah.
I think she was going for Punky Brewster. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. She kind of reminds me of like a Punky Brewster or like an Alyssa Milano or something like back then.
Hold on, I'm going to look her up.
How old is she supposed to be in this movie? Like 15 or like 20?
I don't know.
Okay, so she was. Are you shitting me? Oh, that was a TV show. Okay.
Oh, she done adult movies or something?
No. She was in the Clerks TV series. I thought she was in Clerks, the movie. But it was that shitty TV show that was on for like, half a season or something.
Yeah. Isn't her real name Noelle?
Yeah, Noelle Parker. She was in Amy Fisher's Story as Amy Fisher.
Oh, really?
And, let's see, a show called Sisters for like one season, and that was it. She's not had a stellar career after this.
No, that's it.
I just want, for some reason, to go by Bic Metal Point Road.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Some product placement for you.
I do think this guy was a pretty good Santa, though.
Yeah. Me too.
He's just a little bit too skinny, though. He needs to be chunkier.
It's the Santa.
That's true.
He's on that lean cuisine program.
Failure to accumulate.
So Jim Varney, though,
from
Lexington, Kentucky, just
That's
a couple
crazy.
of hours from here. And Sarah and I actually visited his graveside about 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
And fans still to this day, like, they'll bring pictures of Ernest and DVDs and set them by his grave, and it's pretty wild.
I always wonder about that. Are there people that steal that stuff?
Probably.
I just wonder, like, did people just pocket that stuff? And
They could, I guess. There was nobody there when we went there that day.
oh, okay.
It's an old graveyard, though.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I get to open a Christmas present?
Yep.
God.
Wow. Right live right now?
Damn.
Everybody say it.
I pray to God it's like a Ernest lithograph or something.
It's Blues Clues. I already know what this is. But I'm just playing along.
God. Yeah. Uncle Wes.
Uh-oh.
What does it look like?
It's red and it's got Uncle Wes on it. Should have had
Uncle
Uncle Creepy on it.
Are you going to be...
I was going to say, like...
My brother-in-law is having a bouncing baby boy, we found out today.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, congratulations, man.
Cardiac arrest with a paper.
There's a video of when they were told, and you guys just have to freaking see it.
I need to watch that.
Did you put it on Facebook?
I'm going to link it at the bottom of the tree.
Look at that. That's creepy right there. But that's stylish. I'll wear that to the next horror convention I go to. Uncle Wes.
This guy dresses like Slippy.
He does, you're right.
Was there a scene? Man, I forget now. Was there a scene in this where this guy does like a horror movie or something?
Yeah, that's later on.
Oh yeah. Like when I look at him, I feel like I look at him and I'm like, was he in a horror movie or am I thinking of something else? Joe.
That's definitely a fake beard, right?
Looks like it.
I mean, it looks pretty obviously fake, but what's the point of him really having it? Or is he the one that's going to be the replacement Santa?
He's the new guy. He's the new Santa.
Okay. Yeah, that's why he's going to.
I think is that the guy in Die Hard at the beginning? Is like squeeze with your toes. The John.
Yes. I knew I saw him somewhere. Yep.
This was the same year Die Hard came out, right? Wonder what.
88.
This movie came out November the 11th. Was Die Hard wonder if it came out at the same time?
Summer '88, I think was Die Hard. Was it summer?
Really? Okay.
Maybe it wasn't.
Like Die Hard is set around Christmas time, so I want to make Sarah watch Die Hard before Christmas.
Mr. Santos, he calls him. Mr. Santos. His sack.
Mr. Santos.
I did read that this was the very first major motion picture that was made in Orlando, Florida.
Really?
That's what it said on IMDb. Now, it may be bullshit. That's where I get all my material.
It might have been like around the MGM. The MGM studio was starting around that time in Florida. And this might be one of the first to start that MGM studio lot. Because I don't know if that lasted, if that was out before the MGM, the actual park.
Poor old Ernest got fired again. He got fired from the camp.
That's what I'm gonna do. If I ever get fired, I'm gonna make that face at him.
and then just walk out. Yeah.
Just fucking yeah.
You know what? Uncle Bill would be a good Ernest. That'd be a hell of a costume for you for Halloween.
I think that's not a bad idea, really. That'd be an easy costume.
Yeah.
It's so
His
easy.
name is Johnny Redford. I'll show him to you once he's at Facebook.
He looks just like Ernest. A lot of people are saying that John Cena looks like Ernest.
He does.
That would be cool if like WWE bought the rights to the Ernest name and everything. They started making Ernest movies with Cena.
Yeah, that'd be so killer.
Y'all remember this secretary from Police Academy, by the way? Speaking of Police Academy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Then you can definitely do the WWE Ernest with Cena.
I love the freaking Police Academy movies too. Like those are, like it's almost like the Friday the 13th franchise. I mean, there's not, aside from maybe the last one, Mission to Moscow was horrible, but
I probably watched those movies more than anything else when I was a kid. I don't know why, but yeah, all of them.
did they ever do a Blu-ray box set of all those?
I thought they did. No, you said Blu-ray. They did a DVD box set.
Yeah, I've got the DVD set.
I don't think they did.
What was it?
The Police Academy movies.
Oh, I don't. I have the Blu-ray, the DVD box, but not the Blu.
I know they were making that documentary that never got released yet. I think that postponed because of the pandemic. But they interviewed all the people involved. It's like a newer documentary, I believe.
And they almost made a new Police Academy movie there a few years ago, didn't they? I mean, they had it announced, but I don't think they ever did anything with it. Steve Guttenberg was coming back and all that.
Wow, big surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gutenberg didn't have a lot on his plate.
Well, he had
you know what I mean?
no, he's got a lot on his plate, those Hallmark movies and stuff like that.
Right.
He was in Lavalantula.
He's working on the script.
Of course he was.
Don't tell her it's me again.
The best Gutenberg movie was I think it's coming to Kino actually. It's Boyfriend School. Remember that one?
Yeah, don't tell her it's me. That's the alternate
That's the
title.
sequel
Yeah.
he's working
That was
on.
killer.
Don't tell her it's me again.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Dude, has anybody ever been that big of a star and fallen so fast after the 80s?
I don't
Gutenberg
know
was
if
in
he
everything.
He
And
was
then
in
he's just like-
everything, but I don't know if he was really a big star. I mean, come on.
He was always the leading man, though, in all those movies. Is the
Yeah,
weird
there's
thing.
another good one Kino put out with him in it called oh man, it was like a suspense thriller. He was like the main character.
The
in it.
Bedroom Window.
What was it? Yeah, Bedroom Window. That was a good one. That was a good movie.
Yeah, 3 Men and a Baby. I forgot about that. He
He was killing it. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 Men and a Baby. That was probably the most mainstream movie that he ever did.
Yeah.
He was in that Cocoon.
Cocoon, yeah.
There was
Buy
a lot of
huge
people
hits.
in Cocoon, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's what made him famous right here.
I love this stuff.
Did they ever give a date for Don't Tell Her It's Me on Blu-ray?
What?
The Don't Tell Her It's Me, or the Boyfriend School, whatever they're calling it.
Is there
That's
a date
coming
on
out.
it?
That's coming from Kino soon.
But they don't have a date for it yet, do they?
Not that I know of. They might, but it's a pre-order.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I will pre-order that because I guarantee that'll be like a limited to 1,000 copies or something. Like that, probably.
You don't think that's going to be hanging around much longer?
No.
It also has like one of the greatest leading women from the 80s in it, Shelley Long.
Oh yeah.
She's in that son of a bitch. I think the only other movie she did was what's that one where she had like a bunch of Girl Scouts?
Troop Beverly Hills.
Oh yeah,
Troop, yeah,
Troop Beverly Hills. That's one of Sarah's favorites.
That's a good one. Yeah. I was
She was in the Money Pit too with Tom Hanks, but that's the ones I can remember.
Short Circuit that's a classic, man. I don't understand, like, I know it's got a Blu-ray and everything, but it's kind of like basic.
Yeah.
That seems like one like Shout Select would do or something like that.
Yeah, it just definitely deserves a big edition. And I even like the sequel.
Same here.
I like this question. This is a great question right here.
What, this one?
Yeah.
Have you guys watched Santa Claus is Coming All Over Town?
No, I've never seen it.
No.
God, that's old
I
school.
bet that was like a big box VHS back in the day.
Yeah.
Was Steve Gutenberg in that one?
Probably.
Chappie is a Short Circuit ripoff. I've never seen Chappie. Is it you guys think it ripped off Short Circuit?
Doesn't he like rip the whole wall or something?
Yeah.
He messes up Vern's house wicked bad. He comes over and just like destroys it.
Well, to answer CT's question, yeah, Chappie's pretty much a dumb rip off of it.
Yeah.
It was always strange that the Vern character. Is this the only Ernest film they did the Vern thing? Because he seemed big in the commercial stuff. I think this is the only film they used that, because I don't think they did that in
Oh, he wasn't in all the movies?
the Vern, like the Vern.
Yeah.
POV.
The Vern as as an actual character.
I don't remember it in Goes to Camp or anything like that.
I think this is the only film they did it.
Was he in the show then? I feel like I remember him a lot.
Well,
Yeah,
they had-
I mean, that was like an act.
That was the main.
Hey,
Oh,
Vern,
yeah,
it's Ernest show.
Yeah.
The Pee-wee's Playhouse type of show. It was on that, but I'm surprised they didn't do that for the other movies since they did for this. I guess they just felt, I don't know, no need for it, I guess. I know John Cherry directed all these. I do wonder if it would have been interesting if another director had come in to give his own spiel on Ernest, or it was just no one wanted to touch it, or just John Cherry held that to his heart too much. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. There should have been somebody else that tried to. I don't know. I feel like this was probably the most mainstream of all the Ernest movies, I think. I mean,
definitely the biggest hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even always thought Jail was good, but I saw it in theaters, but I have not probably watched it since. Did that hold up, or was that bad? That's one of those like
last time
Ernest, right? Like an evil one.
I've got the Blu-ray of like the double feature of that and Ernest Goes to Camp. I think those both hold up pretty good.
I mean, I like all the early ones. Again, for me personally, Steer Stupid was my favorite. I even liked the Ernest Rides Again, the direct-to-video one. After that, it got a lot cheaper. I know CT mentioned Slam Dunk Ernest with Chris.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a piece of shit.
Wasn't there one he went to
That
Africa
wasn't
or
a
something?
piece of shit. Hey, you got
Yeah, it was.
Kareem
Man.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Miguel Nunez is in that as well. It's Friday the 13th Part 5 alumni.
That's how you know it's quality if Miguel Nunez is in it. He was in Juana Man. Goddamn.
Well, this was pre-Juana Man days.
But yeah, the last two Ernest films he did was Goes to Africa and Go in the Army.
What's that girl in?
I don't think that girl's in anything else. Was the Noel girl? Was what else did you say she was in?
The teenager?
Yeah, she was in Amy Fisher story.
Yeah, she was Amy Fisher in the Amy Fisher story. I don't know of anything else other
She
than
looks like Punky Brewster. That's probably what Sarah she said she'd seen her in something else. Those are legit reindeer too, by the way. They had to bring them in from somewhere. Reindeer aren't native to Orlando. I know that.
This movie came out in 1988.
I will say watch this. I would love to have seen that script idea they had for Ernest and WWF together. I'd love this.
God.
Because that was going to be made, but it got canceled. So I'd be curious to see what that would have entailed.
Around what time frame was this? Do you remember?
I want to say 94.
Yeah, it seems like something WWE would be going to at 94 to try to get themselves back in business.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have had like Ernest with Yokozuna and Razor Ramon,
What?
Shawn Michaels.
Somehow Ernest just doesn't fit in that landscape. I don't
He's
know.
like,
I
he's
think
hanging
they
around like
could have made it
Luger.
work, man. Like Ernest is
Hip.
representing a wrestler or something like that.
Bret
Yeah.
He's in the Heart Dungeon. Ernest is in the Heart Dungeon, and Bret the Hitman Hart's teaching him.
I can more see Ernest with like Eugene in later era WWE. That would have been a good.
Oh my God, Eugene. That takes me back. Jesus.
He's on his retirement tour. I don't know if you knew that.
I heard that.
Yeah, he's going to hang the gimmick up, I guess.
Really? Are you kidding?
Yeah. No, I'm not kidding.
He's telling the truth. Retirement tour for Eugene the wrestler.
Eugene?
You would have thought that'd been retired 10 years ago or longer.
Yeah, it kind of was. Like, he just didn't have anything to do with it being retired at that point.
But I think like they should, at least the John Cherry ones, they should do some sort of special box set. Where it's Disney, they probably won't, but
Now, is this the
that'd
only
be
Ernest
awesome.
movie on Disney Plus? Do you guys know? Or do they have the other ones?
I think it's just this one that's on Disney Plus. But
Ernest
I wonder
likes
what the
switching
story
hats on.
was of how like they got connected, because John Cherry didn't really do anything prior to this, like on a nationwide type deal, and then the first movie is from Disney, so that's kind of weird. Just wonder how that all came to be. Like, it'd be interesting. Somebody would make like a documentary on it and all that.
I think someone is trying to do a Jim Varney documentary. I saw a trailer on YouTube. I don't know how far it got, though. I forget what it's called, but if you type like Jim Varney documentary, someone made like a trailer where they're trying to do it, but I don't know
For
if they got the
sure,
funding.
that'd be a killer documentary. At least, maybe the odds are something like that could happen, but the box set and stuff probably not.
Yeah, I'd love to see a documentary on him just because, like, I mean, it's not really well known, his story or anything like that. And it'd be nice to kind of get some background info on how all that stuff came. Eugene is from Kentucky. Yeah, that's right.
Of course.
He trained Nick Dinsmore. Or is he from Indiana? He went to
I
school
think
in
he's from
Indiana, but
I think he's from Kentucky.
okay, he might be from Kentucky then.
You know, one that makes zero sense though is Ricochet is from Kentucky.
That does make zero sense.
He's from like Paducah, Kentucky. And I'm like, I've never seen anybody look like him from Paducah.
Was New Jack from Kentucky?
Yeah. Yeah, he's from Pikeville.
New Jack wrestled in Kentucky quite a bit back in the day for Smoky Mountain.
He did.
He was like the biggest heel. And,
The gangsters.
yeah.
God, man, they would never ever do anything like that now. The shit that they did back then and smoke him out. Good Lord.
No, you
Didn't he
can't
do the
anything
promo?
now.
Didn't do the promo congratulating O.J. Simpson.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
What a time, huh?
I think that he probably would still do that stuff if he could get like a camera around him anywhere. Well, I mean, he would have.
Yeah.
Ernest Goes to Camp Crystal Lake. I've seen that. That would have been a good one too. Good mashup there.
Why? Did they explain why this girl's like sleeping at Ernest's house? Or no?
No, she's just a runaway teenager, and he's a older man in a hat. That's all you need to know.
That just got fired.
They just got fired. That is back when this was not weird, I suppose.
No, it's a different time back then. What I thought was interesting though is like I think that I'm not sure if there was there may have been like an E True Hollywood Story on him or something like that. They were talking about how he had to audition for the Jed Clampett role in the Beverly Hillbillies movie, and then nobody thought because he didn't really do anything aside from the Ernest character up to that point. And he really did do a great job in that movie too. Like that was kind of something that nobody would expect from him at that time, especially.
I think he could have been like a good comedic actor for sure in other movies if like he'd give him half a chance. But
This is some great shit, right?
what's that?
I bet that would work if you burnt your hands to just grease them up with butter. I don't know why he would have had that much butter out like that. That's a shit ton of butter. You know?
I can't believe you're looking for fucking logic in an Ernest movie, but all right.
Okay, so Pablo's saying that there was a true Hollywood Story on Jim Varney. So that must have been where I heard about that. So there's kind of a documentary out there, but a brief one. Yeah, the Beverly Hillbillies movie wasn't too bad. I actually kind of like that one. I like Erica Leniak as Ellie Mae Clampett.
As I'm watching this scene, I kind of feel like that Christmas Chronicles ripped this movie off now. There's a whole
actually.
You haven't seen that? There's a whole scene where like Santa goes, he ends up being in jail, and then like he sings like a whole duet with all the prisoners and all this stuff, and like it's basically the same fucking thing.
Wow. Yeah. No, I haven't checked that one out yet, but everybody says it's pretty good.
There's two of them, right? There's two.
Yeah, there's two of them. The first one's the only one worth the shit though. The second one's kind of
the obligatory. Let's cash in on another one.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell, man, like that dude is still killer. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have the material to work with anymore.
No.
Nobody making anything worth a shit.
Oh, that's most of Hollywood nowadays.
Yep. That's like Death Proof. I freaking love that movie. That's hard to believe that next year those movies are, well, Grindhouse itself is 15 years old.
That is hard to believe.
Yeah.
It's
Did you
hard
guys
to
ever
believe.
see that in theaters? I saw them in theaters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was amazing how like small amount of people there were at that theater too.
I agree.
And people were getting up and walking out and shit. Like, it was crazy.
I remember saying this to Uncle Bill, though, when we went up and did the on the road review and stuff while we were actually sitting there in the movie. I was like, we better enjoy this because there ain't never going to be another one of these. Because that was the rumor at the time that they were going to make it into like a series of, you know.
Yep.
But of course, it, you know, people didn't get it. It bombed.
I mean, I still think that a lot of those trailers before it should have came out and did something. I still feel like a lot of those were something that I feel like I would have liked.
I remember Rob Zombie talking about his trailer and everything, and that was a plan to make that movie, but like after it bombed, the studio was just like, no, we didn't make any of this shit. The werewolves of the SS or whatever.
Yeah. And what's funny is they actually use some of that stuff in that Super Beasto movie. Like they have like Nazi werewolves in it, so it's like you could tell that he had, he was really into that idea.
So Ernest has got her dressed like a little schoolgirl.
I was like, Ernest is like always sweating everywhere.
They're just some kinky shit Ernest was back in the day.
Yeah, this is just a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. This is like some shit that Steve would watch on Saturday night. If you know what I mean. I feel like you do.
Really?
Poor old Steve.
Poor old Steve.
Steve was talking about he did his stream earlier this evening, man. He was so excited about watching those Nun movies.
Oh, yeah?
I guarantee you.
Yeah. God, like he was like, I watched 2 of them so far.
Wait, Nun movies? What?
Yeah, the Nun exploitation box set, Nasty Habits.
Yeah.
You picked that one up.
That's the name it's called? Nasty Habits?
That's the box set name, yeah. It's like 4, I think it's 4 different Nunsploitation movies from is it the 70s and 80s?
Yeah. I couldn't tell you what a single one of them is.
The Story of a Cloistered Nun, that was the one I'm looking forward to. I want to make Sarah watch it.
And then Nuns Don't Get None 1 and 2. I mean, that's in there.
Get me and watch nothing. I fall asleep.
You won't fall asleep on that?
No.
Merry Christmas. We're watching a Nun movie.
You're watching softcore nun porn tonight, but
none your business.
None of this, none of that.
I could just see Steve marking out over that whole fucking set, though. Just like, oh my God.
It's like the set Steve always dreamed of.
Yep.
Did he get the comic book or whatever?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't think Steve's into shit like that, though. I don't think Steve really collects stuff like that.
I don't know. He collects a lot of bullshit. He's got like a token from 42nd Street back in the day. He's shown it off numerous times.
Did he get the Dick Demon?
No.
The what demon?
So, a little bit of backstory. Like, Severin Films released Night of the Demon, which is the Bigfoot movie. Yeah. And they had, like, as a part of, like, a bundle, they had, like, a statue that was the Bigfoot holding the dude's dick. And it was called the Dick Demon. So, there you go.
Well, they had a mask. They have, like, decals of, like, a Bigfoot hand holding the dick.
Who released this?
Severin.
Severin Films. Don't worry, I didn't buy that. That would be killer, though, to put on the back. This is a joke. Stick it on the back of somebody's vehicle.
Uncle Bill, you still wondering if you are getting your order or what?
I have no idea, man. Like, I haven't heard anything from them, and you can't even get a hold of them about it, even if you want to. Like, they're not answering any, because I emailed them, but the thing that I got sent back was like, we're not answering any emails regarding, like, your order status or anything like that until after sometime January the 8th or something like that. So
Pablo's asking if Steve bought Dana a nun outfit. Dana already has a nun outfit. I already know this.
I like this guy right here. He's just like, I'm high shit. That's a hell of a comment. I mean,
well, it is Saturday night. So, yeah. That's your thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. If you want to get high and watch an Ernest movie with us, it's a hell of a thing to do.
Now, Ernest could not do this now. He'd get in trouble.
This right here, like, I remember this, some version of this in almost all his movies, this woman.
but he couldn't pull it off. You know, they'd be canceling him.
That's true.
Well, don't they still let Tyler Perry make movies and do the same thing?
That's different.
He's black. That's why he can do.
My mistake. That
cancels that out.
I wasn't going to say a goddamn word. I was just going to let it go. And then you had to go.
Look, it's the truth. Look, it's...
Oh, God. Right.
Is that wrong?
Well, if it's not the
I'll
truth,
tell you.
why are you laughing?
He's not lying.
I'm not saying a fucking word. I just want you to know that one of my favorite things in my life is watching Garrett after you say shit like that. Oh, God.
Dude, like, I'm just, you know, I try to silence myself sometimes, believe it or not.
It doesn't work.
People get so, like, you've got to tiptoe around everything anymore. And that's just not me. I can't fucking do it. Sometimes.
That's true.
I'm the same way, so.
Oh, God.
Pablo says, fuck PC culture. I'm right there with you.
I agree.
Pablo. Here's my thing, buddy.
I agree with you, but I also like my job. Like I'm good. So I got to shut the fuck up now, don't I?
Yeah, same.
Buddy, you... okay.
Let's go. He says, "Gil, big cans."
Yeah. Oh, God. This guy says... He said... I can't do this shit. He says, I got lemon haze and a few pain pills in me. You gotta be from around here then. You fucking with them blue pills tonight.
Well, I mean, Garrett, do you know up there in the Northeast are people addicted to pain pills up there?
Here comes this shit.
Or is that just...
I mean, I'm sure of it. I don't hang around it, but I mean, I'm sure we have a lot of that here as well.
Oh, God.
We have a ton of it here.
Oh.
That's how Uncle Bill makes his live.
Shit, I'm gonna fucking die.
He's really busy over there.
Oh, God. Yeah, to say that...
Are you gonna be like tomorrow? You gonna what day is tomorrow?
tomorrow's Sunday, yeah.
Like, were you in my stream the other night by any chance? You ever watch Ernest this weekend?
Ghostface is on a horse tranquilizer.
Ernest played a lot of different characters in this movie, too. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, me too. He does a good job with all of them, too.
I tell you, the best scene, though, is in Ernest Goes to Jail, where he does all the impressions. That's the one I remember the most from being like a kid.
Well, the funny thing about he plays the bad guy in Ernest Goes to Jail, right? But the only difference is he just slicks his hair back.
Right.
He's like exactly the same. Otherwise, they could have gave him a goatee or something. You know?
He's got a rattle and shit.
This must be like his tryout for the Beverly Hillbillies.
That security guard there kind of reminds me of Tom Atkins. Wouldn't that have been killer if they got Tom Atkins for like a little short part in this movie?
Yeah.
Ice Ice Bowie said, I took shrooms last week before going to Disney. I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the move.
There's an episode of The Simpsons where Bart goes to the movie and sees Ernest needs a kidney.
Oh, God.
And
John Cressup's asking about a stream of the wild and wonderful whites of West Virginia. Have you ever seen that, Garrett? Because I know that's not... You know who Jessica White is?
Is that the one that has like the really large family? Is that that one or no? Is this a show or was this a documentary?
This was a documentary.
I think I did see it.
It was sort of a big one, like what? What was it, about 10, 12 years ago?
10 years ago, yeah.
I know which one you're talking about. Is the one where like there's a bunch of sisters and stuff?
Dude, let me tell you something. Though.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's online or what, but there was an original public access documentary that they did on him in the early 90s that is 10 times funnier than that documentary.
Really? You guys have... I think I sent you this. Remember I sent you that one... There's a YouTube show on our channel, and they did this documentary on this family called the Whitakers. Have you guys seen that? Type that in on YouTube. Yeah. There's a new one where they go to Walmart. They take them to Walmart. It's interesting. Check out the Whitakers.
They're like a bunch of inbred people or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, oh, shit. I watched some of that.
Yeah. I forget where they're located, but yeah, they're an inbred family. It's crazy just how they live and all that stuff.
That's the one where like literally one of them is like drooling on himself the whole fucking time.
Like he can't speak, he just makes noises, and he's like well into his like 60s, so he basically went through his whole life like just making noises. Yeah,
that's wild.
No, Joe.
Talking about fucking shit on this Ernest stream.
What is
Sue Bob with your titties? You remember that? Oh, I can't believe we're talking about this shit on Ernest stream.
It's funny because Santa Claus thinks it's like real.
Yeah.
That's like a creature from the Black Lagoon mask, legit, isn't it?
Yeah, they probably should have got sued.
I can't say it.
That looks like a Joey from Full House, that guy, the director.
Yeah, it does. Cut it out.
Dave Coulier.
Oh my God, it does. It's like a bigger version of Dave Coulier.
It's like Dave Coulier mixed with like Larry Bird or something.
That's what I was thinking.
Dave Coulier, Larry Bird, and Steve Miner all had a kid.
He's probably, what the hell is this guy doing here?
My cat's trying to knock over his... Hey, quit that.
That's a shirt. Christmas sleigh with this guy. It's like the mock movie, the Christmas sleigh.
She sneezed.
It looks like the... what was her name in... Quet! In... Cheers, the bartender.
Fuck. Which one?
The little short woman with glasses on.
Rhea Perlman?
There you go, that's her. Wasn't he working on an Ernest movie when he passed away? Rambo, you remember that?
That sounds familiar. I don't know what the details were, but that sounds familiar. I don't know if it was an Ernest film. I think with the same director. It might have been something to do with pirates or something. I can't remember for certain.
That's what I thought, yeah. I thought it was some sort of pirate movie.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
They just like, look up.
But I did other than Ernest, he didn't really get a lot of other jobs other than the character. Like you mentioned Beverly Hillbillies, and there weren't too many others, it seemed.
Yeah, there was nothing really that led to... He did like voiceover stuff for some cartoons and stuff, but...
I think he was just way too recognizable as that character after a while.
Yeah.
Kind of got stereotyped into it. Oh yeah, that was right. He was the Slinky Dog voice, wasn't he? From Toy Story. Yeah. It was the only other
he was
mainstream
in,
thing.
The Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain. We were talking about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, with Lonnie Anderson, Hulk Hogan, and of course the Three Ninjas, who were different kids each freaking movie or something, wasn't it? There was like one successful Three Ninjas movie, and then they made like a gazillion sequels.
Three Ninjas, like High Noon at Mountain Rock or something like that. High Noon at Fraggle Rock.
Hey, you know the new Fraggle Rock though? At least it looks like the old Fraggle Rock. Did you guys see any previews for it or anything?
I did see that. Yeah,
No, I haven't seen it.
I was shocked. Yeah, it looked like the old school Fraggle Rock.
Oh, does it? Same characters or new characters?
Same character. Well, they may have some new characters, but they all look the same on. I'm just wondering if they're going to have the Doozers and the Trash Heap and Sprocket and all them. Trash Heap is my favorite. And I was talking to somebody I work with, though, around that time frame where they would mix puppets with real acting and stuff, and like Dark Crystal and Labyrinth and Legend and Never Ending Story and stuff like that. Like that's just a lost like subgenre of fantasy movies that you're never ever going to see again.
No, I agree. It is. It's unfortunate.
The closest they got was they did that Dark Crystal TV show prequel that was on Netflix for a year, and that was all done with puppetry.
Yeah.
How was that? Anyways, I didn't see it.
It was okay. I mean, for what it is. I think sadly the last puppet movie was that Melissa McCarthy one that was R-rated. What the hell was it called?
Yeah.
The Happy Time Murders.
Huh. I didn't see that, but I remember it, yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's one person that I'm completely like exhausted of is Melissa McCarthy. Good Lord. She's made like 50 movies in the last 2 years.
You know what would have been killer if they'd had her come in at the very end of that new Ghostbusters movie?
Yeah, that'd have been great.
I would have freaking loved that. Just because it would have pissed everybody off.
Well, you remember like there's these periods of time where somebody gets really popular and then they just like flood. Like everything you see has that person. Like Zach Galifianakis is another one. You ain't seen him in shit in like a couple years, but he was
another one.
Yeah, he was in like a million movies in like a 5-year period of time.
That's the thing. I guess they want to, do as much as they can while they can because most of the time it doesn't last.
I mean, you remember even Dane Cook was a big hit for a while?
Oh, yeah. That's another guy.
I wonder whatever happened to him.
I don't know. But you know what? There was that one movie that he did with the dude from American Pie that was actually really funny. I can't remember what it was called, though. But it was a good one.
He did.
The dude from American Pie is another Jason Biggs. He was in all kinds of stuff there for
Jason Biggs
a while.
I really did like that one movie with Jack Black. That's the only one I can think of I like. Saving Silverman.
Saving Silverman. That one is really good.
Oh, yeah. I actually saw in the theater Saving Silverman. Damn.
Yep, me too.
That was funny. Kevin Hart's kind of that nowadays, like being in everything. Same with The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock. I can't stand any of those movies either. Like, there's so many of them, and they're all basically the same thing. Like somebody had a screenshot where it had like The Rock in like 6 different movies wearing the exact same outfit, like where he's
in like a jungle in every one too.
Yeah.
It's like Jungle Cruise, and then what's the other one there? He's in all those like Jumanji and all that stuff.
It seems like he's always got a movie in the theaters.
Yeah. Which is good for him, I guess. But goddamn, it really wear you out after a while. You get overexposed.
Oh, well, Ghostface said in here that Dane Cook's brother stole all his money, and then Dane had him put in jail.
Yeah,
Shane Cook.
Yeah, Shane Cook, Shane O'Mac,
Napoleon
Dynamite guy.
That's right.
I haven't seen him in a while either. Yeah.
John Heater, yeah.
I'm surprised they never went back and did another one of those.
That's a movie that just exists in like some weird, like it's, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't seem like it's a part of any period of time or anything like that. It's so odd.
It was a big hit, you know. And
I really did like that movie when it first came out.
You did?
I did like it.
Well, I did too.
I remember there was the one scene where the uncle throws a steak at him while he's riding the bike and just smacks him right in the face. And like I don't know why that was so funny, but I just like. I'm like, that's just killer. When are we getting a Dead Pit commentary on the 2001 Tom Green classic Freddy Got Fingered? Lord
God. That's a movie that's like, you know how people say you go back and watch a movie and it's better, you know, after you give it some time. That's still a movie that's fucking horrible. It's just, it never got any better over time at all.
I never really thought Tom Green was funny either.
I thought the show back when it first came out was funny, but I really didn't care about the movies that he was in.
The best movie Tom Green was ever in, and he barely was in, is Road Trip.
Oh, Road Trip.
I like that one.
Is that the one where he's got, which one is the one where he's like got the snake and like he's talking to the snake and stuff?
That's
I think that's Road Trip.
Yeah. That is a good, yeah.
But Freddy Got Fingered, holy shit. Like, Jesus Christ.
I remember hearing a story about that where they, like, that was around the time when the Tom Green show was really huge, and they gave him complete creative control, like a big studio, whatever that studio was, to do whatever he wanted to with that movie, because they had no idea, like, why he was popular or anything like that. And that's kind of why that movie is the way that it is. Like, there's no, like, interference.
Wasn't he dating Drew Barrymore at the time?
I think they were married at one time.
Yeah, they were married for like a brief period of time.
Wow, he really got himself up there, huh?
He was in Charlie's Angels, the first one, Tom Green, and Drew Barrymore was in it. So, okay, they were married.
I feel like Drew Barrymore went through a lot there. Like a period of time that she was dealing with a lot of stuff.
That had to be a traumatic experience being married to Tom Green. Do you remember in grade school, though, we'd always make those chains and stuff like that for Christmas?
Oh, those up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if kids still do that now. Probably not.
Boy.
You know, kids don't even teach kids how to write cursive anymore. What the hell do they teach kids how to be little smart asses or something?
This is a weird question, but do parents teach kids about Santa, that he's real, or do they not even bother with it? Like, do you think what parents do today?
Well, Uncle Bill and Garrett's both got kids. Do you
go with the Santa stuff?
Never, like, I've never had a conversation about it. I don't know if they just, like, knew about it through, like, just, you know, going out and, like, every year doing that, like, something with it, or if they knew about it through TV. I don't know what the deal was, but we never sat down and was, like, had to have that conversation. And luckily, we haven't had to have that conversation about, like, the opposite yet either, so I'm just waiting on that shit.
Yeah, it is a weird subject. Like, I mean, you know, we're introducing Santa kind of now. Like, he sat on his lap, he told him what he wanted, all that stuff. But, like, my brother has an 11-year-old, and, you know, and I talked to a bunch of people that I coach, and they have kids about that age, and it's always like, oh, did you tell your kid? And it's almost like, no, and it's like, kids nowadays, like, almost just find out, I guess, and they just, like, never say anything about it, where I feel like, I remember when I found out, it was, like, brutal. And I think like, also, like,
I swear to God, though, I remember it too. I remember like exactly what I was doing and everything.
Mine was on Christmas Eve. It was this guy came to my grandmother's house dressed as Santa, and he had like Nike like high tops on, like, and I was like kind of weirded out by it. Like, I was like, why is this guy wearing like sneakers, you know? And then I said something to my uncle, and my uncle's like, well, you know, you don't think he's real, right? And I was like, what do you mean? And then he dropped the bomb on me, and then as I was upset, he told me wrestling was fake too. So it was like a double.
God damn. So that's
Your Christmas that year.
I was like, I hate everyone. Everybody lied to me.
everything's fake, and then that was the beginning of a fucking downward spiral.
Yeah, so that kind of happened like at the same time. So I think he just kind of pulled a couple band-aids off. You know, I don't remember how old I was though at the time. Not sure, probably elementary school something. But yeah, but my son, like, I don't know. He'll be 3 in February, so he's still really young. So like now he's really into just watching a lot of the movies. So every day now he wants to watch Grinch, like every day. So that's kind of it. But as far as the Santa thing, like he knows who he is, but it's not. He doesn't really get it too much yet.
I can't pinpoint the time though when I was told or when I found out or anything about, you know, the truth behind Santa Claus. And so that
I'm surprised that like Santa is still as much of a thing as it is, based on how the world is now. Like you figured like you'd be rambasted for like lying to your kids, right? So I'm surprised Santa hasn't been like completely canceled as like, you know, why would we lie to our kids from day one, you know? So
Well,
I'm shocked that he's still even a thing.
I guess I asked because nowadays, I mean, you have kids that have cell phones by elementary, and they just
right, like they could Google anything, right?
Yep.
Right.
That's the weird thing about that, though, is that like it's such an accepted thing that I don't even think they think to Google anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like there's not even an inkling.
It's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, and that's weird because like nobody can like keep a secret like that about anything, but for some reason that still remains like one of the bigger ones.
I still believe in you, Santa.
Well, like you said, you really haven't had to have the talk that he's not yet, right?
No, but some asshole at school, like one of them little kids, is gonna say something. I know it. That's what they always do.
How old?
And then I'm gonna have. She's 10, so it's just a matter of time. I'm counting down like until somebody says something.
Now, has she said anything about Santa to you, or you?
Now, that's creepy right there,
isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I wonder if those were like munchkins from the Wizard of Oz.
I think so.
I bet they were.
I thought you were going to say munchkins from that Chevy Chase movie.
But to answer your question, Garrett, no, she hasn't said anything at all about. The only thing like that she's kind of come close to is that she said that one of her classmates said that elves weren't real or something like that. But then she just thought that they were stupid.
I will tell you that I am I'm going to try my best to stay away from the elf on the shelf. That is a goal, to not get hooked up into that thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys do it, but all I hear is it's the biggest pain in the ass.
Oh my God, dude!
To lie about, right? So it's just added to the list of like.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because like this year, we just had a conversation like 2 or 3 days ago with my youngest daughter where she's like, she's complaining because like last year she said the elf on the shelf did like more fun stuff than this year. So she's like, I don't know what's going on. She won't do anything. She's just sitting there and shit.
Great
so now
elf on the shelf performance every year.
That means you have to go like every day and
like get creative and all this other junk.
Yeah, so you're just setting yourself up.
That looks like the BTK killer right there.
God. What is it? Dennis Rader?
Dennis Rader.
Something? Yeah.
There you go.
That's who it is.
He was in acting before,
That would definitely kick this movie up a notch if it had BTK in it.
So was this the same guy that was the cook in
the camp? Yeah.
Same
guy.
Okay, same guy. That's what I was thinking.
I forgot about that movie too, where he had like the big. Until you said that he had the big machine that he'd put all that shit into, and it would shoot out like food.
Yeah, like an egg casserole or something
Yeah.
that he made. I can't remember.
I think he was on the old Hee Haw back in the day. I could be wrong.
Oh my God, you're right. He was, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
And yeah, go ahead.
Anybody in the chat, though, real quick, I know there's a couple of people that said they'd never seen this movie before. Just throw us your thoughts up on it.
This is a random thought, but I figure it's a random. The Jim Varney role that was like the most random he did, he was in an action film where he played a gun dealer with Jeff Speakman called The Expert. And Jim Varney like sold guns.
What?
It's a 90s action film called The Expert with Jeff Speakman, the perfect weapon himself. And Jim Varney was in a role like selling guns. It's like this grizzly gun dealer.
Well, that could be possibly a Vinegar Syndrome release or something in the future.
That sounds amazing, dude.
The only bad thing is like 5 minutes, but if there was a whole movie starring him, man, it would be great.
Yeah, I'm frozen.
I was going to say either Garrett is like the best at holding a straight face for like fucking 2 minutes, or he's frozen.
What the heck, man? This is my new computer, damn it. I just got it fixed up.
Yeah, I don't know what would cause that. I mean, it could be your internet connection, too. I'm not really sure.
Jesus. How does this happen?
That's Tiny Others right there.
Oh my God, it does look clear.
Like early, like 1982, Tiny Others.
Never fails, brother.
It is a weird thing about this movie. Like every adult in it is sweating constantly. I just noticed that.
I know, especially Ernest. He's always like,
I don't know why.
Yeah, those lights are probably hot on the set.
at least they
Did the Ryder trucks go out? That must have went out of business, that company, right? You don't ever see that anymore.
Ryder? No.
So you guys probably answered this before in other streams, but what are like your top Christmas movies? Not just horror, but like in general.
We haven't really answered that honestly. Like just regular Christmas movies.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, we talked about it in the horror. I don't really consider Gremlins that much of a horror movie, but that's one that I watch quite often. The first Home Alone.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands, I think, is a pretty good one that people don't mention very often, and that's kind of a Christmas movie. I don't know.
Dude,
those are a couple.
What is the deal here? Jeez.
I watched this year. I mean, I kind of agree that Home Alone is probably one of my favorites. The Grinch, the one with Jim Carrey, I like that one, and I like the 60s version too. I think the 60s version is better, but I don't know. The Jim Carrey one's still pretty good. People kind of shit on that movie back in the day, but it's better than I remembered it being.
We talked about Polar Express the other night too. I wanted to ask Rambo. Yeah. Do you think the Polar Express is kind of creepy? Like, I mean, visually and the tone.
I saw that the other day, and I saw Uncle Bill's like Polar Express. Like,
it's like
the whole motion capture thing he did. That was a 15-minute stage for Robert Zemeckis, and he kind of stopped that, I guess. And I don't know why he did in the first place. It's weird because
it is weird,
but they're not human. I can see why it didn't last long, but I never thought it was. I've seen the film. I never thought it was creepy, but I get what you mean by it's trying to an uncanny valley, but not really. And
it's just a.
I
really like the movie quite a bit, but it is kind of. Sarah was the first one that brought it up to me. I was like, yeah, it is kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never really thought of it that way, but
I think he only did like 2 movies like that though, didn't he? He did Beowulf and he did that one, and then did he do any more like that style?
I thought there was one that Jim Carrey voiced. I forget what it was called though.
The Christmas Carol.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Was that Robert Zemeckis that did that one too? I can't remember.
I believe so. I could be wrong. I believe so. Yeah, I don't think anyone else was doing that kind of stuff, which...
There you go.
Yeah, you know what it is? My phone again is low battery. I don't know why. It's charging. It says it's charging through here, so I don't know what the deal is with this phone lately. It's just like it's almost like the stream is stronger than the charge, and it's like just draining the battery.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Did you cross streams? There you go.
Oh.
So annoying, man. So hopefully I can last like 15 minutes here.
Did you ever find your sack? Sorry, but that's just a little bit too on the nose, really.
Well, he's an older man, you know. He could have one of those flappy sacks, if you will.
Flappy sack.
Take one of those pills we were talking about earlier. I guess a Christmas movie I really enjoyed was Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Oh, yeah. I forget about that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
No, I love Scrooge. That's a good one. I know this is probably... It's not really... It takes place around Christmas. It's relatively... I'm not going to say it's newer. It's probably early 2000s. Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds. I don't know if anybody's seen it.
Oh, yeah. I have seen
that movie, man. Love that movie. It's like a comedy, but it takes place around Christmas. It's so funny. I just watched it the other night somewhere. It's on it must be on like Tubi or something.
I'll tell you one that nobody hardly references, and I'm extremely nostalgic for it because it used to come on every year on HBO. It was...
Oh, I know what he's going to say.
I think it was Jim Henson before... It was like in the 70s, I'm thinking. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Yep.
It's like I don't even think it's an hour long, but I don't know.
He did a lot of those movies. I saw something. Remember like The Christmas Toy or something it was called? I think it was a Henson movie or something. He did a couple different Christmas ones back then.
There's another Christmas one that's he did with the Muppets that I don't think... It may have had a DVD, but it's like really hard to find.
Is it the one I just watched it? Is it the one where Sesame Street and the Fraggles and everybody is there?
I think so. Yeah, they're all gathering it.
That's on YouTube. That's called A Muppet Family Christmas. I just watched it with my son like 2 weeks ago.
Why the hell have they not brought that back out? I would love to have.
I don't know. It's got everybody in it. It's got all those Muppets, Sesame Street, and Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, they're all gathering up at Granny's cabin or something like that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
CK, do you remember this one? They used to show this all the time around here. Smoky Mountain Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Dolly Parton, and I think it was like Chris Christopherson or somebody like that.
Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. Okay, yeah.
Hey, somebody messaged me or commented on our stream about best holiday horror movies, and somebody said we didn't mention Night of the Comet, and I didn't know that. I forgot. Is that a Christmas themed movie? Did it take? I don't remember.
Well, the only thing I remember is the one guy. When he comes back to the radio station, he's wearing a Santa outfit.
Oh, he is.
Christmas time. But like,
yeah, I was like, I definitely overlooked it. If it did take place around that time, I totally forgot.
I would have never placed that as a Christmas movie, though, or like I wouldn't even thought it took place on Christmas if it does.
Well, that's tough because that's a lot. That was in California. The movie took place.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of movies that are kind of like technically they take place on Christmas. Like a lot of action movies, like Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, I Come in Peace, which I got here.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I didn't even think about that, but Lethal Weapon takes place around Christmas, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nobody gives it as much as they do Die Hard, though. They don't really talk about it as much.
That's true.
What's up?
Because there's a whole scene where they're like in a bunch of Christmas trees at the beginning of it with Mel Gibson and like the yeah.
Some of the visual effects in this is aged. I don't know what the process was for doing it back then, but I mean, it was some great effects back in the day. But yeah, man, not so much.
Do you know what's another movie that people talk about? I've actually never seen it, I don't think, is Mixed Nuts with Steve Martin.
I've never seen that either.
Never seen
I know the film.
Talk about it, and I feel like I've seen it like everywhere. Like I can picture the poster art and all that stuff, but I never saw it. I think it might have been like a '90s Christmas movie, I believe.
What's going on, Austin?
Austin.
I didn't even think about it, but no one really talks about this film. But this is a Christmas movie I do enjoy. Toys.
Oh, I love that movie. Is that is that Christmas-ish, like around that time?
Yeah, I mean, the first song is about Christmas, and they're making these toys for the Christmas season. So,
is that that's the Robin Williams one, right?
Yeah,
they have that on Blu-ray.
Technically, no, but I knew.
Well, I was looking. I was like, shoot, I must have missed that because I love that movie too. That was a big one for me as a kid. And I was going to say, wow, I can't believe I let it pass me by on Blu-ray, but I get it. I get you.
Yeah.
Technically, no.
Do you remember this one? Christmas Comes to Willow Creek with Bo and Luke Duke.
I've never seen it.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I think I vaguely remember that. I was like 7 years old, so. Suspiria Knight remembers my review of Christmas Vacation 2. Where I said everyone in the movie should be ashamed of themselves. Yeah.
That's the one that's like Eddie's Revenge or something
Eddie's
like that.
Island Adventure, I think.
Yeah.
That was like a little trend. They were doing sequels for all the classic Christmas movies there for a while. Like they did Christmas Story 2, which I bought it. I don't think I've ever watched it, though.
I think isn't Ralphie like a teenager in that or something?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You know, I did watch it once. I don't remember hating it, but it was just very different. It wasn't even the same.
They did a sequel back in the day called A Summer Story or something like that.
Yeah, I think Charles Grodin was in, I believe.
Yeah. Huh. So that was technically a sequel back in the late 80s or whenever they made it. Then they did Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's right.
Get her done. My God.
Remember they did
in a way.
Kindergarten Cop? They did Kindergarten Cop 2 with Dolph Lundgren. Remember that?
Oh, they did, yeah.
Yeah, they did.
I never did watch that one.
That's got to be brutal.
Oh, shit. That'd be like a hell of a marathon watching shit like that. Like you could watch Dirty Dancing, Havana Nights and stuff with it too. Just come up with all these direct-to-video like shit sequels.
What was it? Christmas Vacation 2 with Randy Quaid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember CT. You thought I forgot I did see that. Jesus Christ.
Well, this was right before like he started making those weird ass videos with he was fucking his wife on camera or something. You remember that?
What? What the fuck?
Yeah.
He went off the pier.
He's like crazy.
Cop and a Half 2 with Lou Diamond Phillips. Oh my God, that's funny.
Randy Quaid went off the pier. He took a break from sanity for.
Oh yeah, I kind of remember that. Where like. Well, he wanted to sue like all the studios or something because like he said that they were making all this money off of him in these movies, and yeah, he kind of lost it for a while.
Government's after him.
Randy Quaid was supposed to be at was it Randy Quaid? Yeah, he was supposed to be at a horror convention that I was at as a guest, and he didn't show. And
that's not surprising.
Yeah, so the company while we were there posted Randy Quaid apologized he couldn't make it here. But click on our private Facebook group. He sent everybody a signed picture or whatever. So you like click on it, and he took like a selfie, and then he like wrote his name on the picture with like, you know, when you go to your phone, you go to like the edit with like the mark, and he like wrote his name on it and just posted it there, and he told us to download it or whatever. I think I still have it on my phone. I think I screenshotted it. So imagine people that like printed that out and like hung it up on the wall.
That's great.
Free signed picture.
No. Was there really a Cop and a Half 2 with Lou Diamond Phillips?
Yes,
yeah,
that's true.
What he said. I'd never seen it.
Movie.
I've never seen it.
That's a real movie.
I think I've got to watch that.
You really do, yeah.
Get
I
the
haven't seen
4K.
it, but it sounds amazing.
Get the 4K.
Dylan, the Christmas movie he always wanted to see was Sunnyland Saves Christmas.
Sunnylandom.com.
No, oh.
Oh, Santa with Muscles with Hulk Hogan. That's another good one.
Funny story about Santa
That is a
with
Blu-ray.
Muscles. I sold
Lord.
Quentin Tarantino the 35 millimeter print of Santa with Muscles. He bought it on eBay
That's so killer.
off of me. Well, technically, it was the New Beverly Cinema that bought it off of me, but it's still a good story.
Why did he have it?
Why didn't he have it?
Why? So they bought it from Tarantino?
No, they bought it from me. I
Oh.
sold it on eBay.
To Tarantino.
Technically, yeah. That was just so. I thought that was pretty cool, but because I had that print up, that was the last print that I had from all that stuff that we were selling from the Fear Fest thing, and it was up there forever. And then just out of the blue, somebody bought it. And sure enough, I was sending it to Los Angeles or whatever.
I guess to me, I'm like, why would anyone buy Santas with Muscles?
Yeah, they screen some weird shit over there, though.
I mean, teach their own for people who love it. I'm like, I mean, like Suburban Commando, like Santas with Muscles.
I wonder though, like we were talking about this too, though, like some of these smaller independent movies that did have a little bit of theatrical run. Would a 35 millimeter print of Santa with Muscles be rare?
I don't know. Did you guys see? Speaking of that, did you see? I saw Suburban Commando in theaters. Did you?
I did. I didn't like it either. Was never a fan of that movie.
On video.
Pretty sure I saw it in theater.
When Taker was in it, I was like, "What the?" Because they didn't really advertise him for the movie, and it was like really shocking, like when he was in it.
I knew about that film because it was on. I watched like Ninja Turtles 2 See Through the Ooze like 100 times, and that was the trailer in front of it.
Oh yeah.
Suburban Commando. But go ahead, Uncle Bill.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, I can remember vividly, like, talking to a friend of mine at the time when No Holds Barred came out, and everybody was, like, getting hyped up about going to the theater and seeing it and all this shit. Because that was around the time, like, WrestleMania and stuff, and, yeah, people, like...
Look at the acting there from Jim Varney real quick, though.
What's he doing?
So, Sita, you said 35 millimeter. Was that movie in theaters, Santa with Muscles, to have a 35 millimeter?
It had to have been at least in like limited theatrical run of some sort, big cities maybe.
Huh. Go figure.
But yeah, we were talking about some of those movies, like the Elves was one that we watched last week. So like the original source material for Elves is like missing or gone or whatever. But if it had a limited theatrical run, they could maybe make a DVD or a Blu-ray out of a 35 millimeter print of it. But that would be the only way.
We're gonna get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. That movie, though, that's an anomaly there. I don't know if Rambo, I'm sure you've seen it, right?
I think I've seen parts of it. Is that the one with the Mountain Man? What's his name?
Grizzly Adams, yeah.
Yeah.
Mountain Man, yeah.
Have Nazis or something in it?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, you've definitely seen it, if you know that. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I saw you guys' show the other day, and you would mention stuff like To All a Good Night. I'm like, oh, shit. And there's some clunkers out there.
Yeah, that movie's a piece of shit. Like, I don't care. Like, God.
What, To All a Good Night? Is that the one
Yes.
you just watched, Wes?
I actually watched that today for some reason.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I just remember I bought it because David Hess did it. So I don't remember anything about it, but I should probably rewatch it because I do have, I think, a Blu-ray of it.
Well, I watched the DVD, like the Blu-rays. I think the DVD and the Blu-rays out of print. So they were hinting right there at the end. They were going to make an Easter movie. Was that right?
I don't remember that ending at all.
I don't either.
No clue.
So yeah, that was a weird one. I know I never heard anybody even talk about an Easter Bunny Ernest movie, which that would have been really, I don't know how the hell you would have pulled that.
That was the first time I recall seeing that scene. So I don't know if maybe I shut it off before that shows up. I don't know. I don't remember that at all.
No, that's always been there.
Is it? Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, it's been a long time since I'd seen it for me. But, I mean, it does still feel like a real mainstream movie, though.
Oh, yeah.
Of all the Ernest movies,
Mm-hmm.
that one definitely looks, you wouldn't be shocked that Disney made it, you know.
Right.
The only thing that's kind of weird is like these Ernest movies were all pretty much, you know, family oriented. Why wouldn't they just have Disney itself releasing these Ernest movies?
Yeah, I mean,
as the Disney label is what I'm saying.
This shit. I'm sorry, this question is just fucking hilarious.
What is it now?
This is, remember that annoying lisp kid from Matilda, whatever happened to her dumbass?
Wasn't she the one in Mrs. Doubtfire?
What?
Yeah, she was in Mrs. Doubtfire too. She had the lisp in Mrs. Doubtfire.
I love Mrs. Doubtfire.
She's the Dusty Rhodes of.
But you know, Mrs.
Kid
Doubtfire, if that was to come out today, people wouldn't stand for it. Couldn't do it.
Oh, God.
It is crazy.
But to all a good night, though. Back to that real quick. The transfer on that is killer. Like I'd just seen it on VHS before, so really, had I not known any better, I would have thought that was the DVD was a Blu-ray. So I can only imagine how good the Blu-ray is going to look.
No, that's awesome.
And it definitely, it's still not the best, but you can at least see what's going on on it.
I watched that movie and I just thought it was like a really, really boring kind of just paint by the numbers slasher film that didn't go anywhere.
What I thought was weird about it, and I don't want to give any of it away or anything, but it's almost exactly the same plot as Friday the 13th, first Friday the 13th movie. And it come out the exact same year. So how could that be?
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Actually,
it is.
I definitely want to watch it again now.
Yeah. So I'll be interested in hearing what you think. I mean, it's got some decent death scenes in it, I guess. And the music in it's pretty good. But Rambo, have you ever seen it? Do you remember that one? To All a Good Night?
Yeah, I thought the poster was the best thing in the movie.
Yeah. Well, technically, though, it is a killer Santa Claus in it. I mean, this was Christmas Evil was the same year too. I think that was 1980 as well. So they were kind of tied for first killer Santa.
But I'm kind of with Uncle Bill. I remember it being a boring film, and something about the ending that I don't remember. Something about the ending I remember thinking, "What the fuck?" And I don't know what it is. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember it being pretty.
Yeah, it's definitely not
boring.
I mean, it's definitely not great, but I've seen worse for sure.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones that, like, I could watch it again right now and not remember. You know what I mean? Like it'd be like watching a new movie. I can't remember anything about it.
Something
like
else about it is like there's teens in it, of course, from like I think it's a sorority house or something, and they all fuck around during the movie, like with each other, like they kind of break up and get with another one and all that. So that was kind of, and the twist towards the end, it is a lot like Friday the 13th. So it's kind of interesting that they came out at the exact same time.
Is there a scene where a guy hides in a suit of armor? Or am I thinking of this? Oh, shit.
That's the same movie.
I went like, it's like Scooby-Doo shit. And I'm like,
God.
That's funny.
It is,
out of the blue.
But yeah, that is Ernest Saves Christmas, and Bradley Taylor was the one that requested this one. So this was a lot of fun. Actually, it's the first non-horror movie I think we've ever done a commentary over. that I can recall. Somebody can correct us.
Well, I mean, we did a commentary over Twilight. That's definitely a non-horror movie.
Oh, that's a horrible movie. Yeah. Even though people should give it up for Dakota Fanning and Jacob.
That's right.
I went back and watched that again when you mentioned that the other night.
Wasn't that the most killer fucking thing ever?
I totally forgot about doing that. Yeah, and I showed it to Sarah. She was like, "You all are fucking stupid."
No, that was killer as hell. Like, I wish we could do it again now. Make another one.
Yeah, it was called the video is called Twilight Night, and I think it was opening night of. I don't know if it was the first Twilight movie or it was one of them. And me and Uncle Bill decided to take a little camera and drive around and just yell at these fucking people waiting in line to see.
Just give it up for Edward and Dakota.
I was like, oh,
that's what he screamed at. Oh, God.
Gosh.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, Rambo, man, I appreciate you coming on here with us, and we will definitely. We need to do this again. This is a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me. Been a fan of you guys for forever, ever since the message boards. A Rambo fan, and you guys have always been good people. So thanks for having me on. Oh,
you're very welcome. We appreciate you coming on, and you're always reviewing all kinds of shit. I don't know how you do it. You do patron requests as well.
Yeah, I do. If people send in requests, I do them, and it's all about scheduling. And there's a lot of bad ones, but there's a lot of good, interesting ones in there too. So it works out in between.
Anything else that you're going to be taking a look at, son, you want to mention on here? Or?
No. I mean, I just uploaded that shitty Santa Inc. show Seth Rogen did. Someone requested that, and Sarah Silverman and Seth Rogen should like.
You did old WrestleMania too, so people can request stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, nothing much. Just taking it day by day like everybody else. I just hope people stay safe and enjoy their holidays.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
All right, man. But yeah, we appreciate it again, and everybody checking the stream out. I think everybody seemed to have a lot of fun too. So, yeah. Anything, Garrett? You got anything else planned in the next couple of days, or are you just enjoy the holiday season?
I'll be dropping a video probably tomorrow or Monday. Like I said, I just did some kind of like holiday gift exchange with my brother and his wife, so that was kind of cool. So like a little short video, and then Wednesday this week coming, I'm doing a live stream, and we're celebrating. We're doing a big retrospective on Corey Haim. It's gonna be his 50th birthday this year. Well, it would have been, which is crazy to think about. And his birthday is this week, so I'm gonna do a full. Hell yeah! I'm gonna do a full Corey Haim retrospective with. I don't know if you guys follow him. It's a guy online that he's a big Corey Haim fan, so I'm gonna have him on called Staunch TV. You guys know that?
I've heard the name, I believe.
So he's gonna come on, and we're gonna do a big retrospective on Haim's movie, films, and stuff. So it'll be cool. It'll be this Wednesday at 9 p.m.
The only thing that I know that we're doing is Black Christmas commentary. Try to get it in before Christmas. I don't know when. That's the last one that we've got to do. And I'm burnt out on Christmas shit.
2019 one, right?
Yeah, that's what I told him. I said we should do that and just fucking hang ourselves afterward.
And
God.
Well, I mean, it would fit Black Christmas. You watch that movie, it's blacker than night. I mean, it's blacker than Wesley Snipes. So.
Yeah, it's like it's the kind of movie that you just want to fall asleep to.
But there's one review that I'm going to try to review this. I watched this the other night. I sat through the entire 2-hour and 28-minute sequel to I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, yeah.
Deja vu.
How long?
It's 2 hours and 28 minutes.
Gee. Hell yeah, that's how you know it's quality, if it's that long.
Why?
Man, I was captivated, is the best way to say it, because I'm like, There's just I don't know how I'm gonna be able to put to review what I saw during those 2 hours.
Yeah, it looked truly special from what I saw.
I mean, at the end of the day, how many are there now? Like, how many Spit on Your Graves, like even those remakes and stuff, is there? There's got to be, like, including the original, 5 maybe?
Yeah, I mean, they made like...
I don't know how many 3 with, like, a different girl.
Ones they did.
Yeah.
The remake, I think there was 3 of them.
And then you have Deja Vu in the original, so that's like,
and there's none of them worth a shit either, is the weird part. Not a one of them movies.
Hey, the remaster of the original one is amazing. I don't know how much money they spent doing that, but it looks killer. I mean, you would never think that, but
I have the first one, but the only reason I keep it is because it has a Joe Bob Briggs commentary. Otherwise, I would have just sold the DVD. But
well, what's interesting is Joe Bob Briggs does a commentary over the Deja Vu as well. So I'm kind of interested in seeing what in the hell he would say. Because guys, I want to be honest with you. I've seen a lot of bad. We've all seen a lot of bad shit. This might take the cake. This might be the worst. I mean,
God,
2 hours and 28 minutes of there's just scenes in the beginning where Camille Keaton is back in this, by the way. She is fucking terrible in this. Holy shit. Awful. I've seen people in those fucking, those commercials that they film for fucking movie theaters act way better than her.
Like your dentist and shit. Yeah, they get him to do some stuff.
Toothpaste commercials.
Yeah.
And like her daughter is in it and is supposedly a model. And she's got to be the fuggliest fucking model that I've ever seen in my life.
He's taking a hard stance on this movie right now. He's shitting all over
there. I'm not
save it all for your review, man. You're doing your review now.
Well, maybe I can edit some of this into it. I'm not shitting you guys though. They're sitting eating lunch in the beginning of the movie for fucking 15 fucking minutes. I'm not kidding.
They're not saying anything. They're just eating.
They're eating and just nothing important, like talking about their life and shit. I'm like, what? Why? Like, what is this? What's the point?
Maybe the movie had to be a certain length or something. It was in the contract, and they're just like, we gotta add some shit to this movie.
So I'm gonna try to do that review though. But Rambo, I would highly recommend. That would be a classic.
Oh God,
that would be a classic review for you.
Now wait, did you get that set?
No, I got. It's just a single Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, the Camille Keaton, like she did a movie for Fred Vogel.
Oh shit,
she was terrible in that too. What was the name of that? I can't remember.
I can't either. But how the hell does Fred Vogel keep coming up in these shows?
Fred Vogel, but I was like, dude, like everybody in that movie was great except for her.
I bet he no-sold it too. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, he did.
She was great.
Sela Turkica. That was it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I appreciate y'all though joining me and Rambo, man. Hopefully we can get you back on for something else. Maybe do a Jean-Claude Van Damme commentary or something.
Anything in between, I'm up for it. Thank you.
All right, man.
Chat,
y'all have a good night. Rambo fan, Rambo Raff for life on YouTube. I'm sure everybody's subscribed to it. You got about 20,000 subs. It's crazy.
Nice, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And Garrett's channel, Born, the number 2 BE Rad, and DEADPIT.com. See you guys.
Bye.